the greenhouse lives again. This is now its very third iteration. Bought it from a guy on Craigslist in Georgia after it got smacked around by a tornado. Brought it to Pikeville and it got crushed in the snowstorm of early 2024. And then here we are in Lenoir City, Tennessee. And it got smacked a few weeks ago by a really crazy wind and just ripped the skin right off, which isn't too surprising because it was already a little bit beat up. It's a weak design, so you've got the cattle panel set atop these wood runners on the side. They're, you know, multi-part runners. It's not just one solid beam. So thing got a little bit wobbly, and once it wobbles a little, it can wobble a lot, especially when you got rain and wind hitting it. So after that got torn off, it's like, hey, maybe Mother Nature's saying you don't need a greenhouse here, and I think that's actually the wiser call. So I'm going to run it as a shade house, which is going to be good because we're working on setting up the beginnings of a small-scale aquaculture system primarily geared at growing aquatic vegetables to supplement the feed for these guys. 24 ducks out here in the field. So trying to do this all for as few dollars as possible, and got a tank here that's built out of pallets, half pallets on the side, full pallets on the bottom. It's about 8 feet long, 20 inches high. This is going to be the azolla tank. That's why we got shade cloth over it here and shade cloth over there. The seed stock azolla had, you know, a fair amount of duckweed in it, at least enough such that you can see the duckweed it's the lighter, more pale green leaves that's exploding. But the azolla is starting to come on now that we're taking the duck manure. Once they fill up their little portable baths, I just go pour that into some buckets and come dump that water in here. So that's starting to kick up the phosphorus levels and allow the azolla something to start growing with. So when we start to see those, like the bright green, see if I can point to it, like the brighter green azolla right there, that's healthy, that's coming back. The red stuff or the darker azolla is on its way to dying. So hopefully that should be filling this tank within a week or so if we're on track. Got some willows in there, and then looking to add some gambusia mosquito fish because definitely mosquito larvae starting to build up their population numbers in here. And then ultimately we're going to do at least trial a Glenn Martinez burper pump somewhere down here. Glenn Martinez of Olamana Gardens, and get that basically using an airlift style pump, cycle that water up and run it through one tank, two tank, and then spill it back to the third. So we just got to get the level set, get this one going. Once we get this level set and get it plumbed to spill back into here, we'll probably be having either the Pistia, the water lettuce, or the salvinia dominating this tank. The ducks, inadvertently, I didn't know this, but they love salvinia. This one was actually sent to me in error by Pond Megastore when I was looking to acquire some plant stock, and I've been trialing it with the ducks and they gobble it up like nobody's business. So that's pretty cool. Got to learn more about it in terms of what it does nutritionally for the ducks, but it grows and multiplies incredibly fast. So ultimately I'll be looking at adding more tanks in here and potentially even some out here in the garden, maybe dug into the ground there on the back. But more to come as we get this linked up and hopefully start cycling some water, get some fish, attract some frogs, and turn this into a literal greenhouse with no greenhouse plastic, just shade over the top.